Hello everybody and welcome back to another game from the League of Dracula 2024. This is a match involving Quincy Morris playing as the Hunters and Gio playing against Dracula. Roscoe is back again with me in the commentary booth. Evening, Roscoe.
Hello, it's been a long time. How are you?
I know, long time no speak.
Hmm.
uh, we're being a little bit cheeky. We've just seen the reverse matchup. So these players are playing back to back. I won't spoil the result just now, just in
Hmm.
case. But I think as it probably goes on, we'll probably end up talking about it just because of the ramifications for the table and such. I'm just saying it right now. I'm going to be very partial here. I want Geo to win just because it benefits me in terms of medium buckholes, but also because I want my Catalan teammate from the Immortal Invitational to do well. We always root for each other. So, yeah, I want the Dracula to win today. What about you? Where you? Whose
Dracula,
side?
always.
Always Dracula. Okay, so you're switching to the Dracula now. So you don't care who the player is, you just want Dracula to win.
I was Dracula. Yeah, I'm always Dracula, aren't I?
Mhm.
I think I am. It has to
Oh,
be something very. Has to be something very. I don't even know the words now. For me to support hunters, it would be if like a mate was doing it or whatever. But no,
right.
assume that I'm one of the few who likes to play as Dracula and likes to support Dracula.
That's fair enough. As we've got a slightly different setup here. Soon's in Paris.
Yeah.
Uh, which makes the
But,
center of the map very closed in, but then the
hmm.
extremities are more open. Lots of well, 4 out of... Oh no, that's 4 out of 12 supplies. No, 4 out of 8 supplies. So quite a lot of Dracula events. There's a sense of emergency on Mina.
I guess those Seward being in Paris just because it looks out of place because he's not there. He's only one remove from a Bordeaux start, so he can still get into Iberia.
Yeah,
It's not
that's
like
true.
he's left it wide open. And then Van Helsing comes over. If supplies need to be done, I guess it's better. Oh, wow, discarding a Heavenly Host. Okay. Hmm.
Wow. Wow.
Wow,
Um,
wow, wow.
wow.
That,
uh, oh dear. Classic Quincy start though, having Mina and Gadami separated, but now Mina goes over to join Gadami and Vienna. Makes sense to move in that direction, depending on if Gadami is discarding good stuff, but also because Seward's in Paris, so the western sides were covered a bit more. Hello to everybody watching in the live stream. Feel free to say hello. If you want to lurk, that's fine. You can lurk. That's no problem. But it's always better if you do say hi and want to interact with us, ask us questions. We will be here to impart our wisdom on the game. Feel free to predict where Dracula is. If you want to comment on certain things, by all means.
what sort? Who's in the chat tonight?
Currently nobody at the moment.
All right,
There are 5 people watching, one of which is me.
all
That
right.
counts myself, which is a bit annoying. Uh, but I'm sure people. I think just 'cause, like, what is it now? It's like 3:30 in the afternoon American time, and you know it's very easy that people are gonna. Well, that's on Eastern time, right? So it could be even earlier. So people could be having lunch
Yeah.
on the West Coast. People on the East Coast could easily be doing family activities and stuff. Gyro is in the chat though. It's all good. We got Gyro. That's. I mean, who else do we need?
I know. Me, and Gyro,
Yeah,
the three amigos.
exactly. Who? We don't need anybody else. That's not. I'm not. I'm joking, by the way. If other people in the chat, don't leave. but
Everyone's like, right, well, screw you three then. Gyro, if you want to jump on and give us some of your dulcet Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle voices, that'd be cool. You're more than welcome.
yep, we might have to change voice channel for that, but we can absolutely do that if Gyro is about and wants to join. We can definitely move across to facilitate that. No rumor token first turn. Oh, well, there's a newspaper. Probably a good thing he didn't put Anne as a hide with Varna.
Okay, well, similar to the last. Well, yeah. So the last match found just one day later this time, but found nonetheless.
Yep.
Done the hide on Varna, far enough away. That's quite good. Shame that Godalming didn't go and check with Mina, Germany, because that would have been an extra step removed. But is what it
Right.
is.
But actually, Vienna and Munich are equidistant from Varna, so it's actually fine. No worries, Jaro.
Yeah, but they haven't got they're on the rail track straight away from 58, aren't they? So
Right, so I guess it depends. If he has horses, then it doesn't matter. But if you don't have horses, then yeah, the rail line is much better from Vienna. That is true. No worries, Jaro. You can just watch and listen. That's absolutely fine.
So that's what's gone out there. Yeah, she
Mina-
had she's got horses now and sense emergency. Okay.
So she's got movement.
Yeah, so you kind of you got to expect that she'll get there, and depending if she's got the items to deal with. She has got fast horses. She was showing garlic wreath prior to that, but that's been discarded.
Mm-hmm.
Two garlic wreaths, three garlic wreaths, the garlic and the heavily host. So somebody was holding on to too many.
Yeah.
Perhaps Godalming.
Well, Godalming discarded Reef and Heavenly Host. Seward only supplied his fourth item today. So you know what it was? It's the second Garlic Reef and Heavenly Host that got discarded with Godalming today. Van Helsing Garlic Reef, Mina Garlic for the horse, and Godalming had got rid of a pistol and Garlic Reef before that point. That's what's going on.
Alrighty.
Alrighty then. Wait, what?
So yeah, no rumor on Varna. So not trying to bait them to go there because he knows they've got to go there anyway. And this is interesting because I remember speaking about this when we were in the tournament, the tag team one, and there were the games that Gio got a lucky streak where a few of his games he wasn't revealed in the first week. Do you remember?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then there was a couple of games when he was that things didn't go as planned. There was about kind of the movement seemed to be a bit more. He didn't have that flexibility of I've got the time, nobody's found me. So this will be interesting to see how he deals with this now. Again, the Varna, we all know it's beneficial, but when you found this early, the issue now is that Dracula's heading into the hunters as they're heading out. So you either have to try and go around them, or do you wait and does he try and get his? Oh no, I was going to say spoiler there. You just sit where you are and they jump onto you, or do you try and come back inwards? They go past, and you jump past them and get into Europe, and it's Germany.
Or try and bait a hunter into a really bad, week one fight or something.
Yeah.
I just want to point out a couple of things. Firstly, Snuff is in the chat. Snuff can be here
Hey,
for a
Snuff.
little bit. He likes the Varna start, surrounded with delaying events. Yeah, very possibly, especially with the hide as well. Mina's got an escape route, by the way. So if there is a potential Dracula plan here to bait her into an early fight, that's not going to work. The sense of emergency is now on Van Helsing, potentially going to get traded around. So Mina's very safe. Which is then good.
Yeah, it's like going back to older meta where for a while it used to be you place your first one, then it was a hide. And then it had a delayed one, and then it kind of varied away from that where hides weren't getting used as much because you wanted to put the trail down and you could put delayed cards after your first one to remove it, because obviously now both it's been revealed that he's only in, plus you're staying in one location longer.
Yes.
And it gives you less time to move around. So yeah, it's interesting to see how it comes back in sort of cycles, that sometimes you have people using it and then it goes away and something else happens. So
I personally, this is a personal thing. I mean, if somebody wants to explain to me why this is a good strategy, then fair enough. But I don't see why you would play the hide card and not put down a rumor token. Why would you bother going to all this effort to? I mean, we saw it in the previous match as well, so it doesn't matter. I'm not. It's not a thing I'm complaining about with Gio. We saw it in the previous game. It's exactly the same. Why on earth would you bother putting all this effort, staying in place longer, putting down a hide, and then you don't even rumor this thing? I mean, if you don't have a vampire, okay. Is that worth it?
I mean, if you're looking at it, I mean, well, again, so I could out. It's worth it if it doesn't get found or done. But I mean, you've got what 9 cards in the discard for Dracula. So if it comes off and you get to pick a card and you get an event card for Drac, then yeah. And if they jump on it and you can get the hide blocked, I think that's the only time you'd. Oh, okay. Ah, welcome, good darling. I've been expecting you.
Oh, Mina has the escape route, and oh, Mina could get into this because he could trade the sense of emergency back to her. I don't like hoax like this. I'm really sorry. I'd rather use hoax and then immediately put down a rumored vampire behind it, so then the hunters have to choose between do we get delayed from the hoax, stake the hoax, fight the vampire? How do you want to do it? I don't like this, but that's just
Yeah.
a personal thing. But then everyone's going to play Dracula a different way, and that's fine. This is. Do you maybe not even. Maybe just reveal everything and try and get Mina into this fight? You could get a really strong 2-on-1 early here. Maybe he thought that. Because Gadami only moved one space. Maybe he thought that Gadami would jump over with Sophia and then move into Varna.
Did Godalming, I mean, I was watching the screen and I just completely zoned out. Did Godalming fast horse there?
Nope. He used rails.
No, right.
He has
Right, okay.
forewarned, great strength, stake, heavenly host, knife.
Ow. Yeah.
If Mina
That's
also
not a
gets
bad
into
hand.
this fight, this is a good hand. And then you got great strength, so Mina's basically in no danger at all.
Yeah.
This could be a really bad early fight. But then again, if Dracula can escape his bat and get to the castle, then all that damage could be nullified very quickly.
Well, the thing is now you know what he has, so all you're doing is depending on your combat skills, you're trying to bait out when's he going to play the heavily hose, when's he going to play the fangs, and if you can get your strength and you can get what you need. I'd rather go into a combat knowing what the hunters have, and then try to guess when they're going to play it.
What's he done? He didn't trade. So I would have gone full in here with Mina. Take a good. Now you can get a good 2-on-1.
Yeah, but if she's only got a stake and something else, it's not very good. Then what's she going to do?
That's true. But imagine
If she doesn't want to die.
But what if Gadami gets really beaten up and then he can't deal with the Varna thing?
Aye,
If it's a
well,
he's got full warned, so he can almost do with everything. What's Snuff saying?
Okay.
Might put bodyguards under a subject. Scott's approach is better if you know you'll be discovered early. If you're not discovered until turn 5 newspapers or later, I think the hide hoax combo is effective. I guess because then they would have supplied more, which means that the hoax is more powerful.
And again, like this, yeah, because you don't know when you're going to get found. So you either, I'd be tempted because we know you don't get many chances in the game if you have hopes to actually get it to mature. And oh right, okay, straight with the heavenly. I kind of like that's how you play heavenly host.
And the problem is now Dracula can't go. Oh, I'll just fine you as you escape because he's got a knife.
Mm.
And I goes, worst case scenario, Godalming gets bitten there. So what? It's Godalming. He has.
Yeah.
I mean, if he supplies Lucy's revenge, he won't die. You know, yeah. Yeah, this could turn pretty ugly here. Strength.
Yeah, I like. Yeah, I don't think.
Oh,
yeah, he wouldn't go.
Then he escapes.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Oh.
Yeah, that's the hunter. Yeah, that's the tactic he was. It's like chip away and get out, jump in, couple of jabs, get back out of the striking range. So,
Dracula
Dracula. I mean, you could feed.
He could go to the castle. But then, of course, then the hunters know you're there, and you got to work your way back out again. If they could quickly get into position and block Bucharest and things, then you got a problem.
I mean, you know that Godalming's only got a knife now.
Yes. Well, at a stake.
So,
yes.
Yeah, but as a weapon in a combat. So you could feed, take you back up to 13, and then does Mina decide, does she then want to jump in for a day fight, but then you've got more chance of doing some damage, and then use escape as bat, because you've nothing on the trail anyway, and that could then, escape as bat in a wolf form helps your movement as well, plus does some damage to Godalming.
I'm really surprised he didn't send Mina in there. Maybe he was worried that if Mina gets beaten up, then she's useless for the rest of the game. And they have got a week, 3 encounters technically to deal with, plus the hide. Yeah, it's not bad. It's 4 damage. We'll have to see if Dracula... I mean, Dracula could easily feed most of that back up.
Yeah. Imagine if you managed to get maybe... Yeah, it'd be a bit of a day fight, I guess. Maybe it's not going to be beneficial with, especially with Godalming. But if you got him down to like 4 health, for argument's sake, and then he had to go and deal with Varna and the hide, or even if he managed to get rid of his knife, then bodyguards could kill him. But
Right. The issue is
then
like
we know he's got full wand.
he's got a full warn,
Yeah.
so he's gonna have to full warn a saboteur, which isn't ideal. But he
Yeah.
stops whatever this is. If this has all been a ruse and this is just something like a body, I mean, bodyguards is still quite good for Dracula, but if he's waited a full warned just to get hit then with bodyguards, that's kind of I would say a win for Dracula almost.
Rats.
Oh yeah, rats would be more of a kick in the teeth, right? You full warn
Yeah.
saboteur just for
Forewarn.
rats.
I think it's heavily home.
Yeah, I think you probably wouldn't do rats just because there's a chance that if it doesn't get discovered, you'll be like, oh crap, now I've got this.
Yeah.
You have to have something with a mature effect, but even something like a mob or a bodyguards would probably be a decent one. Steak?
I think it'll be the hope.
Oh,
it's a hope. Yeah.
Oh well,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, that's fine. No Ruby token, that's fine. You put the delay before it, but okay.
If he's got a vamp immediately behind it, then that's kind of nice though. The problem is he can't rumor any of these things, so it'd be nice to rumor to try and put pressure on. But I don't know. I'm not a huge fan. I mean, I guess that's probably one benefit. You burn a full warned.
I guess so. It's almost the same situation you were saying about what you didn't want to get into. So you've got the high, but you mentioned about putting the vamp before them. But now he has burnt his stake on Varna, and if the card after is a vampire, then Godalming is back to the position you were at, where he's now got to fight. He's burnt the stake and forewarned, and now he's got to fight a Dracula, a vampire. So it's kind of the same situation, just sort of reversed around to how you would say it without using the hide.
Yep.
No wolf form yet, and that's fine.
But the difference is Godalming's got a free turn to supply, whereas he wouldn't have had a turn before.
Yeah, that's true.
Do we know where he went? No, he could have. No, we don't even know where that next spot is. By the way, he could have been Sofia, Bucharest, Belgrade, or Constanta. But I assume it's gonna be Constanta, just for distance sake. But yeah, I think the use of forewarned in that. But then, how do you know he's gonna have forewarned? Just imagine. Well, the time. Well, no, you need to get the timing right, wouldn't you?
I think with this, there's some. Excuse me. There's some decisions you can make as Dracula. That's the rest. A kind of educated guess, either by spies revealing cards or looking at this card and kind of working out. Okay, I can guess it's probably going to be something like this. I think with these ones, without knowing what the forewarned is, especially when you play, that was the first card he played, laying down a trail. You've just got to play it and hope that they don't have what you've got. Otherwise, you play the whole game second guessing and actually not placing anything down yourself.
Yeah.
So these are all, it's like we said last night. If some things come off, you're a genius. If they don't, it's like, why would you do that?
True. And it all just depends on, as Dracula, then what things like that is not going to be very helpful, unfortunately. But then, if you just imagine if you had a situation there where Godalming gets there with a Charlie carriage instead, then, the saboteur is almost irrelevant because he wouldn't have to forewarn it, or if he has a gun, he can get rid of the saboteur and then, the following day get rid of the hoax. It's just all because, just because of the order of events. Oh. Interesting. Yeah, Strider's in the chat, and yes, the true Scotsman is indeed here. Not me. Roscoe. Roscoe's in the house.
Hello, Strider.
The man who trained Snuff to be the king he is today.
Yeah, I've noticed that, Snuff. It's good to see that you were holding back your best for this tournament. But as I like to say to them, it's obviously, the chats we had after your games, you've come back resilient, you've come back like a phoenix, and it fills my heart with joy to see how well you're doing. Is he doing well, Scottsword?
Yes, he is doing very, very well.
Right, good. So yeah, I'm keeping a close eye on your games, and it's good to see how you do. No, that's good. Yeah, it's good. Sometimes you got to be at the bottom because the only way is up.
Exactly. Yeah, Snuff is Snuff is 1 win and 1 place ahead of me in the league. But
Oh,
I'll be taking on your boy in the next phase.
well,
Then
I
you'll meet
mean,
his match. Haha.
that, well, I mean, Gio struggled since the tournament. I mean, I don't think he's had the mentorship from you that really you should have given him. It's,
To Snuff.
it's a shame. No, Gio,
Oh, my guy. Yeah, no, we
your
should
guy.
have been doing more practice games, shouldn't we?
Yeah, gallivanting around on honeymoons and holidays, and your guy's left out in the cold. So feed, that's fine. So really, kind of a heavily host has gone okay, but not detrimental.
Force him to feed
Nice trail, but
early, right?
yeah,
Oh,
yeah, nice
dealing with it.
trail.
He's not dealing with it. Imagine there's another hoax here.
Oh yes.
Now that would be good because now the deck is even more filled with cards.
Yeah. Oh
I
yeah,
doubt
that
it,
would be.
but you never know.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you've got two in your opening hand and you do back to back and think right, even if he delays on one, he's going to be delayed that he can't get the second one,
Uh huh.
or he stakes and then he delays on the second one. Hawks are thrown down with a. It'll be nice if they do mature, but the second option is burn a stake or it delays them. So yeah, that could be nice.
I guess because Quincy didn't know if it was going to be. It's a 50-50, right, between Constanto or Sophia. Most likely to be
Yeah.
Constanto, but just decided, oh, I'm not going to take the risk and get it wrong. I'm just going to sit and supply, which I also respect that decision. Gadami needed to supply because of the fight in Belgrade. Crucifix, does that hurt him? We won't know.
Crucifix gone. And now, yeah, the Hunters have pretty much blocked any rule form going up to Munich, which is fine because he can now keep moving. If he did go to Sarajevo, he's still got movement 50, 46, 55, 3. So he can still lead in a good trail there. Still no rumor token.
No, holding the rumor tokens, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
But could also come in real handy later on.
Oh, yeah.
They have to keep holding on to stakes, and then if they're holding on to stakes, they're not holding on to heavenly hosts or weapons, and then you can beat them up with other stuff.
Yeah. Mina Van Helsing, yeah. I think it was telling that he didn't jump Mina into that 2-on-1 potential with Dracula. It would be like she didn't have the equipment or items to do anything.
She's now got a lucky find. But Gadami threw away a heavenly host. He must have had good stuff, unless maybe he just had. And then he ended up having another heavenly host. And well.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Not the best, but I mean, you'll take it as Dracula. You can take everything you get as Dracula.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's not bad. I don't mind a little. And again, this is the thing I like about it because usually hunters forget that is actually a matured card. So if you can do a bit of damage before they jump on, and then, or if they haven't got a conventional, for example, then you just do the damage and they get delayed. It's even better because they don't expect. Same as like Dracula's forget about Sistragi being in play. So yeah, the bodyguard's a silent assassin up there in the top left.
I think the problem, like the thing is in that situation, because you got that matured, do you then keep? Do you, as Dracula, then do you stay close to Godalming and then try and pick him off because he's the only hunter that's like solo? But then the issue is, I would have probably.
Well,
I don't know. I feel like baiting to a night fight's better there, but
he's burnt his stake. Yeah, I mean he did supply, so he may have gotten another one back, but you'd have to assume that he hasn't got a stake. So get him into knife. He's only got knife that you're playing. Well, we only had knife, but he could have got someone else. But then, I mean, I'm just going against what I said because basically what I said was always ambushes are reckless unless you're 100% that they don't have a stake. Oh, he's got a crucifix.
Does that hurt him?
That'll hurt him.
That'll hurt him. Yeah, I wouldn't ambush here. I feel like you just take the punt that he hasn't supplied another stake. And if he has supplied another stake, well, so what? It's not a rumored vampire.
Yeah. This is kind of a caveat to my always ambushes. If you know he burnt his stake on the Hulk, so you would wait for a night fight.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
And he's got the knife. God, this Reckless can do absolutely nothing against him.
No. No, literally nothing. Just stand there. Give him your top hat and plead for mercy.
Problem is now he's stuck on 1 health, so it's not like he can feed back up again. So he's so vulnerable here. He's gonna die now. Yep. Wow, that wasn't worth it.
Bloody hell. So yeah, night fight would have been would have been the right move. Well, it would have been the right move in as much as you would have got it, but you would have got some damage at least. But yeah, I think you would have struggled with those 3 items.
But you could have blocked. You could have imagine you had then like a strength at the beginning. You could have blocked, broken the crucifix. Could have then clawed through the knife, done 4 damage rather than only 2. Well, I mean, it is what it is. But now you know that Garami has no stake, so you can try and utilize that for later. Yes. Gyro in the chat. Nice reference. It's over Reckless. I have the high ground. Nice reference. I mean, the thing before Belgrade's going to mature. That's nice.
From Return of the Sith. Crossword.
Yeah, I've seen the films. I got the reference. Fuck's sake. I've seen those films. Goodness sake, man. Oh.
No, that's always got to be an apply. That's our joke from like circa 2022 or something. Where it's like, have you only seen 5 films in your whole life? So now anything like that, it's like, yeah, here we go. You've seen that one, have you?
Yes. I mean, 5 films. I mean, I've seen the original trilogy of Star Wars and then the 90s trilogy. So that's 6 already. So give me a bit more credit. Fuck me.
Yeah, but that's your equivalent of does this curtain for Strider? It's like good reference. Have you seen that? I might just be that my cultural references are all fucking 20 years older than you lot, so nobody gets them.
Are you forgetting? I was fucking like, when did that film come out? Mid-90s. I was 1, for Christ's sake.
No
excuse. I have a reason for not watching it. So I wasn't 50
reason.
when it came out.
Nothing else in your life. You would do nothing else in your life but sitting, eating, and shitting. So you could have sat in front of the TV and just watched them all. But then you had your years at university doing that too.
Oh, you're funny. Double bodyguards. Ah, that's right. That's why we do it in this chat. So you have that bloody soundboard. And you're forgetting, I created a meme about you using the fucking Anakin, like, meme. And Anakin and, what's her name? Padme. When she questions, like, him doing something for good. And you just...
Yeah. No, I know. It was just that's just my automatic. As soon as any cultural reference, my automatic is, have you seen that film? So that's just my Tourette's.
Christ.
What's Gio saying? There's no high Manera Kem Salaga Vienna combat. Is something about losing combat or something?
So there's no way that any combat goes well for me, basically.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, the dream. He's got double bodyguards, and now because of the Immortal update, in theory, both of these will trigger. So if he can get a hunter who has no weapon, so that's why I'm saying, if he could have baited Godalming into that knife fight and broken the knife, then suddenly now Godalming's incredibly vulnerable. But never mind. But I mean, you take the 2 bodyguard mature, and hopefully that will come into play. I mean, still 4. I mean, even if you don't get a hunter without a weapon, there's still 4 free damage before the fight even starts.
Mm-hmm.
So, so it's Bucharest that matured. That makes sense. Yes.
Which goes back to our conversation last night. Our conversation in the chat when Gyro and Beastman were talking about Mob getting used on Seward for a Dracula fight. Imagine that. You Mob on Seward and he burns his 4, then jumps into a fight with 4 damage, and then he takes at least 2 damage for just the combat with the bodyguards kicking in. And all of a sudden, that's a nice fight for Dracula. Absolutely.
And if he discards lots of items from the mob, then suddenly, bodyguards get him for harder, or he has nothing for the combat. So yeah, the double bodyguards is pretty strong here. You can use it for scouting for weapons, but also just like the risk. Now, if hunters don't have weapons, they're so vulnerable now.
But then remind me, can hunters decide whether to reveal weapons or not? So I mean, I don't know if you would, but there might be a scenario where you don't want to reveal when Gadami they knew what he had, but he could have said no, or he would have taken damage and then delayed. Yeah, so
Yeah,
you would
you
still
take
want to have.
you take double damage if you don't reveal weapons with bodyguards.
Aye,
That's kind
yeah,
of the cool thing about them. And then yeah, the delay could potentially if you're on top of Dracula and you're far away from everybody else, Dracula could just feed on top of you and you have to fight again. You can't move out.
yeah, yeah,
What's Snuff saying?
yeah. That's good.
Bold going to Valona. That could have been a hide. Yeah, can you imagine if he'd hidden here? There's a risk like Godalming could have jumped in as well, but yeah, imagine if it was just double, even like double vampire or something. Then with the bodyguards on top, Sue could have died before the combat.
Yeah, and the
You can't.
fog's been used. I know. Forewarned, been burnt by Godalming in Bologna.
Yep, that's right. And the thing is, like,
Well,
bodyguards will go through. Like, great strength is irrelevant again, and there's a great strength kicking around. We saw it earlier.
Oh, discarding a stake. Okay.
What's Gyro saying? Wazakajic said once that bodyguards is like an extra encounter that Dracula carries around on him. It's like everywhere Dracula goes, there are 2 encounters instead of just 1. He has double. Yeah. Yeah, he's just got like a permanent thing running around with him. And he can target it whenever he wants. That's kind of the cool thing. If he doesn't... That's a good Rufus Smith, though. If he does want to activate it, he doesn't have to. He can wait for a better opportunity. Depending on the situation. Yeah, Rufus, though... Yeah, he's saying good luck. Yeah,
Well,
Gio's not happy with
good
this.
luck. Yeah. I mean, it's almost a mirror from the other game, no spoilers, but location-wise, this is kind of what they were looking at here. It's just, oh, there's a fog. Okay, right. Well, that's better. That's not bad.
Yeah. The problem is there's no other trail, though. It's only Athens, right? So I think you have to hide in Athens, rumor, and then leave. Oh,
he could be in Sarajevo.
No, Sud came from Sarajevo.
Did he not fast horse into Valona?
I don't think he did. Chat will remember better than me.
Yeah, and me.
But you could hide now in Athens, rumor it, and then leave. But I don't... This is not good for Dracula, because then you've got a situation where you're taking double damage from Rufus at sea. Yeah, you got 2 hunters trapped here, but they can backtrack quite easily, and you got 2 hunters sitting here ready to go, and they're far advanced compared to what happened. I think we're going to have to potentially have to spoil the previous game, so feel free to mute us if you don't want to know what happened. I'll give you 5 seconds to do that. But yeah, basically we saw that in the previous game, where we had a situation where the hunters got overcommitted into the east, and they just didn't have the movement necessary to get back. And obviously, I mean, I don't know if you saw that in the chat, Gio was saying after the fact. He didn't draw any renewed vigor, no CG, he only got forewarned right at the very, very end. No chartered carriages, no sense of emergencies. Whereas now,
he wasn't supplying this much, so that's what happened.
Yeah, I know. I mean, look at it now. Like, Quincy's on 46 event cards. That was basically where Gio was about a week later, I think. So that makes the difference. I mean, he did get some good supplies early. He had the forewarned early, the great strength early, escape route, sense of emergency early, but sometimes you just need that little bit of luck in the first week, but then you have to keep supplying. That's the thing, to keep that stock pile up. And then Dracula doesn't know... Oh. He's gonna wolf form out of Athens back into the east.
Yeah. I think as well, go back because Seward started in Paris in this game, they can supply more, and then he's quicker into the danger zone than if he was in Madrid. I know I said if you check Madrid from Paris is okay, but that extra supply, and then you can get a train straight to 37, then all of a sudden you're there. If Drac starts in the east, then you're actually important if you've got, like you say, the fast horses or whatever. So starting there gives him that bit closer, probably an extra day to supply without having to worry about sacrificing movement. And then he's in there now with Godalming. So
I think I know what's going to happen next here. I think Snuff said it in chat as well. I would not be surprised if suddenly Athens gets rumored next turn and Dracula actually moves back into Varna. Those 2 hunters will still be trapped in fog, so they cannot get into Varna next turn. I would have probably rumored Athens today, because then you could rumor Varna tomorrow and then instantly leave. And suddenly they've now got 3 rumored things plus the thing in Sophia. Yeah, and now this is a better situation because you're having to commit more hunters east. Yes, you're going to take more damage from Rufus going from Black Sea, but you've given them more to think about, which is what you want.
Yeah.
Unless you move in towards Mina, hoping she jumps
The
on
only
you,
issue is,
hit her with bodyguards, and then try and escape his bat or something.
yeah, the only issue is with Godalming, having a garlic, a crucifix, and a knife, he's pretty much tooled up for anything. So he could jump on that along with Seward. They're both, it's not like they're stuck there, they've just burnt some items. You know, they could deal with that quickly and then fast horse back out.
But no, but here's the thing, Godalming doesn't have fast horse. He doesn't have horses. And if you and if you know he has no stake, you don't ambush with these vampires. You've actually got like 3 vampires kicking around in here. Just don't ambush with them.
Yeah. How many stakes have gone? 1, 2. 2 stakes have been burnt.
Right.
Burn of the stake.
Mina might be carrying one.
And 2 heavenly hosts have gone.
Lucky find on Mina if she has to suddenly try and grab a stake from somewhere.
Ah, yeah.
Imagine you create double vampire and Varna.
Imagine getting Mina to land on you with the double bodyguards and then...
Right, the thing she has lucky find, which then might, depending on how much damage she takes, if she takes 8 damage, then yeah, I think the lucky find's almost irrelevant then.
Thing is, though, if you go to the coast for the lair at Varna, the problem is Rufus is there, so if you go to the ocean, you're then taking all that damage again. You're taking 6 damage just to get to Terranian. I'd be more inclined to...
But it's only 2 extra... But it's only 2 extra damage from going from Ionian. Is the extra 2 damage worth it to get an additional 3 encounters down, especially if you rumor them?
Well, that's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point.
I think Dracula should have rumored Athens instantly yesterday. Because you can then rumor Varna immediately today, and then you don't have to think about, oh, yep, he's gone back to Varna. He doesn't have to now move by land to play a rumor on Varna. He could have had 2 rumor tokens here. That would have been better, but oh well. Maybe he'll be risky and move one more day to Constanta. Just hope there's no renewed vigor.
Yeah, well that's He's got they're delayed again, so that's good having those 2 delayed. Yeah, 2 bodyguards. I do like. Yeah, you like having the bodyguards behind you now. Belgrade is a lair. Okay, well, I like. Yeah, well, we said it now. Depends how it ends up. I like the fact that he didn't jump to sea for the early one and take his hits because Mina and Van Helsing and Milan, I think it's just too risky having those 2 there. That wherever you're going to land after some damage, so. Fogging those 2 and staying and doubling up. We know the layers work.
Yeah.
Especially if you're a master at them like Spencer. So.
And that's the thing. I actually don't know. Has Quincy ever had to try and deal with this sort of strategy? I mean, he did play against Spencer Wolfhart in this phase, but because of the time of the match, I never saw it. I don't even know if it got recorded. So I don't know if Spencer did play against. Has Quincy ever had to play against this sort of strat?
I don't think. Yeah, because I don't think. Has Quincy been in any tournaments? First one.
He was in the regional one, spring last year, and then he was in the league last year, but wasn't in Immortal Invitational. I mean, this is not the scariest lair strat you've ever seen because it's only going to be 1 lair, i.e., Varna. But still, if he moves to Constanta now, risks it and goes, I think they don't have renewed vigor. I'm going to go to Constanta. And then rumors Varna, suddenly you're like, oh crap, I'm potentially have to give up at least 7 points here. But it could get worse if hunters start getting killed for it, or you're wasting a lot of time dealing with it, and then Dracula can escape. And that's kind of what we saw in the previous game, right? Hunters got overcommitted over here, and they didn't have enough resources to get back west again.
Yeah, and that's time-wise. They're only Saturday, so it's not like you go to see and then kind of position that Quincy was in, where he could land, and he's only got a couple of extra to go. I mean, at this stage, I think Quincy had the higher influence anyway. So yeah, but he's making the best of a bad situation. It's not bad. There's a trail they've got to deal with. So when he stays on the coast, CG's not really an issue, so they won't play it. Even if he gets to 10, there's more chance of 2 hunters jumping on him. Belgrade, Salonika. Yeah, shame we couldn't layer Sophia, because then Gaddafi would have jumped into one of two layers anyway. Is he off to sea? He's off to sea.
Ah, I would have liked Varna to be rumoured. That gives the hunters a lot more of a headache to deal with.
Yeah. He's away.
I think Gio might have got the timing of this wrong. I think he had to rumour Athens when he went to Sofia, and then go to Varna, and then instantly rumour that. But, oh well. Saves rumours for once he lands immediately. Which could be Cagliari, and that could be necessary. Oh, he's ambushing with Desperate Soil. Interesting. Well, given there are 2 Heavenly Hosts in discard, there's probably not a bad idea to ambush, but then Sod's Law, so it will have it.
Yeah.
Why would you still make him waste a night action? I don't know if ambushing here gives you much value.
Yeah, usually it's I normally just let him check it at night, just as you say, to reveal, or just to waste a night event.
Right.
But then, well,
I guess
if they don't check it tonight, then you're not getting. At least now he's got 3 cards, which might benefit his hand that he didn't have before.
On the off chance that Athens matures, you want to get value out of the. Yeah, I mean, I get that. Yeah, I get that. I just think it's so likely that Seward searches it anyway tonight. But if another hunter jumps on it, then you want to make them search at night, because they probably will have a Heavenly Host then.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
Oh, Mina now backtracks. So that's good. Like, that's kind of thing where, she moved down, but then Quincy suddenly realised, oh no, made a mistake, I need to now backtrack ASAP because of the sea movement and to take advantage. Then, oh, it was only aristocratic. Ooh, shame that wasn't a fighting vampire. Yeah, so actually now this turned out to be quite an easy trail to deal with. Even if he just gets 3 health back.
Yeah.
Could have been a lot worse.
Yeah.
Black Cylinders. Your favourite card?
Yeah. Have a look on Varna, see what they've got. Wolf and Reckless, okay.
Yeah, not the strongest. And then there's no rumour token. So worse, it's 4 points. So I'd probably say if you don't have a stake on either of these 2 hunters, you just backtrack. Kind of like similar to what happened in the previous game, just backtrack with them.
Yeah. Do you know what? By the time that matures, Dracula's going to be landed somewhere. So I would just sack off the east and just get all your guys over.
Yep. Save, if you've got a stake, save it for the potential rumour token that's going to get thrown down as soon as Dracula lands now in the 3rd week.
Yeah. And he's going to take damage with the oceans as well, which is...
Right. And even, I mean, the Desperate Soil basically nullifies the effect of Rufus Smith here. So yeah, if he gets to Cagliari, that's 3 damage. And then he can feed it back up. So, but then if he's feeding, he's not putting in counters. Well, it's not 4th week, so I guess it wouldn't matter too much. Cagliari's become a bit of a death trap, because, we saw it with the Quincy Strider matchups in both direction, or, both, playing both sides.
What, did they die on both occasions?
Yeah, Quincy overstayed in Cagliari when he didn't need to, and then just got walloped in a really bad combat, and then got CG'd off. Strider was running around all the oceans when he didn't need to, and then just landed on Cagliari, and then got CG'd off and died. So he had no health. Yeah, it's deja vu all round. So yeah, Cagliari could be a bit of a death trap. It's hard to get to without excellent weather. But if they do have excellent weather, then suddenly you can get pounced on a little bit unexpectedly, and then you're just asking for trouble. Especially with Rufus in play.
Yeah. And I think with how Dracula plays, it reveals he was in Cagliari anyway, because, like you said last night, you can only do a land, a hide, a feed, perhaps a dark call, if you want to try and get something to burn off the oceans to go back the way. But at some point you have to go back to sea. So your 3 health is then 2's taken off just by jumping straight onto the ocean. If Rufus isn't in, I'd prefer to stay at the ocean, take 1 damage, and then land somewhere off the med. Because again, while you're there, you're then, you've got to hide and then you're feeding, but you're still allowing the hunters to get closer to you, as opposed to trying to stay ahead of them.
Yeah. It looks like Isud has a stake.
If it's a land for the win, or a land with 3 days, that you can manage it, then
yes,
fair enough. But yeah.
I agree.
Wolves, what's he going to get? Has he got anything here?
Yep, he has double weapon, of course he does, because he has fast horses, and he must have a stake. I mean, if you've got the stake, fair enough, just stake it. You're here, you may as well.
Yeah. Yeah, you best thing you can get for is try and get a bite of it, just get someone on the board.
Yeah. Try and get that fang. Unless it's a holy bullet's a potential thing here. 1, 2 holy bullets. Nope, it's a stake. So yeah, you just try and get a fang in, just try and get 1 point out of this. Plotting. Escape. Nope, punch.
Yep. Like Gyro and PW said last night, a lot of doing that now. It seems to change that punches getting played first just to negate the plotting or a mesmerize.
Yeah, especially in this sort of situation, because now suddenly Seward could kill this with the knife. Yeah, I think as Seward there, I think you go for it. I would have gone for that. Because imagine if you just killed this for free, so you don't need to stake. You save that stake for something else later.
The bait is a day fight, so you will get it back. But yeah, that's the kind of right. That's the right pattern you want to take.
I agree. Fang now, that makes a lot of sense because the thing's gone. Oh, he has garlic. Oh, he had no. Oh, so he has no stake.
Did he trade that with Godalming? But then Godalming didn't use the stake on the aristocratic, so.
Where are the horses? I thought Seward had horses. Unless, did he give it to Godalming? But there was a trade in the fog. Oh, I think he yeah, it looks like he traded the, yeah, it looks like he traded the...
Fast horse for the garlic.
Fast horses for the garlic. So actually, yeah, trapping both of them in fog actually didn't work out for him. This game is missed, makes sense. Crucifix? No. We can live in hope. He traded that as well, but it's unlikely because of everything else. Okay, so he's probably got I mean, it makes sense, right? If you've got 2 hunters trapped in fog, and especially since we know Dracula knows all of Godalming's combat cards, why not just trade one of them?
Yeah, absolutely.
Makes perfect sense.
Banhouse discarding a stake. Okay, well,
makes sense though, because the deck's about to reset.
Yeah. No, there's one stake left. Okay.
And if Seward has the other one, it's fine, because the deck's going to reset. Oh, really? Snuff. Quincy's using strats from his early videos. In his first item tier list, he raved about garlic. Yeah, there are not many people in the community who like garlic. As a surprise factor, and like Crucifix, it's kind of nice, but Crucifix would have killed the vampire. Whereas garlic only does 2. At least it does... It retaliates against claws, which is nice. and it blocks the strength, which is also nice. So yeah, I mean it has its uses, but you wouldn't willingly carrying it around with you.
Yeah, the other thing about that, when you know that you've got that, is you play a plotting, it does no damage, and you still get a plotting off on it. So
Yeah, right. You want to use the garlic. You want to use the garlic after Dracula's played plotting.
yeah,
But not when Dracula plays plotting.
yeah. So if you can jump into the future by one move, you can see what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
So where we are now. So Drac is in the Ionian. Varna is what it is. Sophia, did he leave? Yeah, so he left the desecrated soil in Sophia.
Yep.
If you're saying he's got a stake, which he has, and then he hasn't got a heavenly host.
Well then, so why, if he has a stake, why didn't he stake the vampire tonight in Varna?
Oh yeah, it's gone past him now. Yeah, yeah. Oh, he didn't know.
So it's
Right,
very
okay,
possible.
well,
It's very possible the stake and the heavenly host is on Mina and Van Helsing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
Yeah, because Van Helsing was burning the stakes. Yeah.
Do you chuck Lucky Find over to? Oh, she has Speedy Telegraph now. Where's Lucky Find? Did Lucky Find get discarded? It didn't. So you could. Oh, Planned Ambush got discarded. Okay. Do you give the Lucky Find to Seward to try and get a stake when the deck resets?
Yeah.
Hmm.
So you're going to layer that. Layer Valona.
Well, I mean, this is not too bad. If he can get 3 healing and maybe get the 4 points, and he's kept Seward over here, it's not too bad.
If Gadaman gets a bad draw on the horse race and gets to Valona as a layer, you can get some. You can take someone off him.
Do you keep doing layer strat and go to Salonica now? Very risky if Consecrated Ground's a thing. That'd be playing with fire. But if they don't have Consecrated Ground, you could potentially get away with it.
Yeah. I mean, if you could work out, if it looks like they're going to leave Sophia, then you get your 3 from there, plus your 3 health. Rufus isn't as bad as it would have been. And you're either Terranian or Adriatic just now, so...
Yeah. I assume
Wolf form's back shortly.
Yeah, I assume he's just going to go to Cagliari and hide, feed, and then go Mediterranean and then Wolf form. I assume that's what's going to happen here.
But then imagine Gadaman's picked up an excellent weather, and he just decides to use it, and almost you land in Cagliari and he's in Terranian.
Yeah. You can then still hide. You can still hide before Gadami jumps back on again.
Yeah, yeah. And I guess you've had the 3 cards from Desecrated, so you've picked. You'd like to hope you've got a hand of strong cards or preferable cards now.
Yeah.
Still good as double bodyguards, though. That's always good.
Okay, that makes sense. Van Helsing and Mina both have horses. So, yeah, there's only 1 horse in the east, rather than the previous game where you had 2 horses in the east and only 1 in the west. So this just makes life so much easier now for the hunters. They got more flexible movement. They don't need, you know, the chartered carriages and sense of emergencies necessarily. Even though there is a sense of emergency kicking around. We saw it earlier. So maybe Sue could use that to get back, maybe?
Yeah, the problem with that... Well, so in that case then, do you... oh, you can't rule for now because he's... that's bollocks. No, yeah, if you're on the Adriatic, you could now, knowing that the hunters are limited with movement over there, but they're tooled up so well, I think, yeah, you want to stay away from there, so... Yeah, he's probably do what you say, probably Cagliari, and then... It'd be funny if you went to Venice. Then Mina does a psychic bond. Oh, he's in Italy. Must be Cagliari. And then for Venice, you start moving north and getting away from them all.
The problem is, if Dracula's in Trinity right now and is scared by now this movement into Genoa, you could move their Mediterranean, then Wolf form, but they're down to 4 health, and it takes a heroic leap and you die. Rufus Smith is doing a lot of work here.
Yeah, and the fact that both of them moved out in Genoa as quick as they did would make me think that if I land in Cagliari, they've got something they can get on me quicker.
Right. And even if they don't, you're baiting Dracula into that situation.
Yeah.
And also the fact that Dracula wasn't full health he went to see anyway, because he'd taken the 4 Heavenly Host damage, and then a wolf form. And then
Yeah,
fed,
he only
so
got up to,
he was down 2 health, right?
yeah, he was 13 when he left, didn't he? So that was it, because he fed. We'll see what we do with Sophia.
Do you take the risk? Oh, that's right, he's going to get a little bit of feeding from Sophia. Unless suddenly a Heavenly Host got supplied. Do you take the risk? Maybe because you know Sophia's going to mature behind you. Maybe you just go Mediterranean here. And then wolf form.
Oh, well, he is.
Because then he'll be up.
Okay.
If you wolf form, he'll be up to. He'll be 7 health. Yeah, I think maybe you have to do that.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, getting the two, Godalming and Van Helsing and Mina into Iberia is not the worst. As long as you get as long as desecrated soil does mature, free from that, give him time to feed.
If Godalming has supplied a Heavenly Host from that deck reshuffling, then things are going to go really rough for Dracula really fast. You just have to get 100 on him, you can heroic leap him. There's a lucky find kicking around. If there's a renewed vigor, they've got so much flexible movement, they can check a lot of these locations very quickly.
Oh, okay. Right, well.
Vacating, which makes sense.
So Stuart either has a stake or...
Nope, he's day fighting
so you could do that. Right, so he gets the 3 points for the soil.
Yeah, in terms of health points, yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
So you know
what he's got.
I mean, I guess worst case scenario, if Sue doesn't kill it here, you trade Lucky Find to him at night, searches it during the day and either kills it or picks up a stake for night fight.
Strength is good. Yep, that's fine.
Yep.
Obviously, Fang's doing better, but we don't know that. He would have been down to 1 regardless, but he would have got a bite off. I know he would have, because it's not an ambush. Yeah, that's fine. Strength is there. I think that's all you got. That's all you can do. And then hopefully strength. You'll probably play Garlic now, so I'd play Mesmerize if I had it. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Good.
Could negate that. Okay. Yeah.
But the
problem plotting there you could have used, but again you didn't know.
Yeah, the problem is Mesmerize isn't good here because like rifle still kills, punch still kills, knife still kills.
Yeah, it just negates that one more move before he's got escape is missed. If you can get it.
If he'd find round 1, he'd actually be up to 2 health now with the vampire rather than 1, so then Mesmerize is more important. Fanging. Yeah, he plays knife.
No. He might not have anything else to play.
Maybe didn't have a second strength for Mesmerize. Or 4, he'd play punch maybe. Well, at least you're gonna get the 3 healing. You take what you can get as Dracula.
These two will move over now. I would imagine.
So again, that's another case where the initial ambush was not worth it.
Yeah.
The more and more I see it, the more and more I think you shouldn't be ambushing with vampires.
Now, we haven't seen any new vampires yet, so he's still got fighting vampires. He could have them in his hand and just throw them down, knowing that stakes aren't what they were. Throw all them down Iberia, double up if you have to, and try and get some damage on these two coming over.
Problem is now it's very risky because Madrid is now, because they're in Marseille, rather than being in Milan, they're in Marseille. So Madrid is risky because of renewed vigor. Granada's risky because of consecrated ground. If you try to be clever, they could get a renewed vigor. Okay, Godalming's at the sea, so he's not that powerful. But Sue could just suddenly supply hide scouts.
Yeah.
This is not easy.
Imagine Van Helsing draws a local room before they move, and it reveals one of those. Again, he's in the same position. One of those 6 items around him, where Godalming could have wolfed to try and get to 60. But
evil presence would be huge here. Yeah, you're right. 6 locations just ruled out completely, and instantly it's Iberia. Massive. I mean, I guess with evil presence, it would only tell you who if he's adjacent to Marseille, not which space. But then you know it's not Iberia, so you can concentrate on Toulouse and Clermont-Ferrand and Genoa first because they're on ports, and Milan. If you don't find him there, then you know he's right. Geneva or Zurich. Sure, there's lots of places he could go, but he's inland, so he's under he's under threat then. From a good renewed, maybe he has 2 renewed vigors. He could have supplied both. That's awful.
Yep.
That makes sense.
Yep. Yep.
He's got a lot of moves to make, by the way, because he hasn't got any points yet.
I know.
So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then potentially, if nothing matures, 5 more days, 9 more moves. Oof.
Gaddafi will get on the slow boat for China soon, so if he has gone to Iberia, Gaddafi will be getting there in a couple of days. Stewart's got the fast horses, but again, there was a sense of emergency. Was that this match? Yeah. So Gaddafi, Van Helsing could give Stewart the sense of emergency just to expedite his movement. Then he heals up and he's back, and then he's got fast horses.
Also, it still has the fast horses. I was going to say, why is... Okay, that makes sense then. I was like, well, Gaddafi's got horses. So, wait, so Seward had no stake. He had garlic, knife, rifle. Interesting. Makes sense why Gaddafi's not going by sea. Yeah, okay.
Now, Van Helsing, does he take the trait? Oh, okay. Well, that's a nice card to have.
Ooh, I mean, you're giving Dracula time now to get to a port. But maybe, I guess, with Rufus Smith, maybe you don't care about that. If you're just going to keep damaging himself, you'll be happy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'd be more inclined to stay on land. But seduction and wild horses were discarded. Hypnosis will also tell us. Iberia, okay.
Okay, no real surprise.
Nope.
Doesn't have renewed vigor, seemingly. Otherwise, I think you'd... Well, would you pull trigger on renewed vigor? With Speedy Telegraph, you could do a lot of damage there. I guess it's only Van Helsing could follow up, right? Because the other two are too far away, so...
I wouldn't mind a false wolf form to Barcelona and then hide. Wax form, what's it called? Wax cylinders has been discarded because of deduction. So do a fake wolf to Barcelona, then hide, then feed. Protects you somewhat from those two, and then if they go past you thinking it's going to be Madrid, you must be in Lisbon by now, then you just jump to Toulouse and you can start to get away from there. Because Godalming may look at Iberia, Stewart I think is still far enough away, and you could just stay on land and get more of a trail down as well, would be another option.
I guess you need to time that exceptionally well. The minute they jump past you to Saragossa, you have to go then into Toulouse. Because you need them to jump. The minute they realize you're not Madrid or Granada, they're backtracking. I've tried to do sneaky stuff like that before, but then you're just asking for fast horses to roll slow, or the hunters to suddenly not check the furthest location, and then you're done. Because then you're not at a port. It's risky.
I've probably had equal success and failure by doing that. Gone back into Iberia, or try to, hope the hunters have left and I've stayed, and then it's like, oh great, they all thought I've jumped somewhere else. But then I've had that where the slow horses were fold, and then they land on me. I'm like, oh, because I jumped back in, or I didn't, and they're like, all right, now I'm screwed. But when they all leave, there's nothing better. You just see them jumping away. But I think it was the match the friendly against you and Gyro, when I was just waiting. You guys were just ready to leave Iberia, and Gyro's like, "Hey, why don't we do Psychic Bond just in case?" I'm like, "No, don't do Psychic Bond just in case." And he did, and I'm fucking there. And I'm like, "Oh."
Love it.
If you're gonna take the risk, you get the reward. I would go fast horses to to Barca just to rule it out. No, okay. The thing is now,
there's no way he's hidden here because he's put the rumor token on the hide card. If that's the case.
Yeah, that's true. He has. Yeah.
Gyro's cracking up at your impersonation there. I keep saying, do you know who Corey Taylor is? from
Me?
from Slipknot.
Lead singer Slipknot. Fucking love it, yeah.
Do you not agree with me that Gyro sounds like Corey Taylor?
Yeah. He does. If I didn't know where Gyro was in his job, I would imagine he was like on the California like he sounds like a surfer. Hey, dude. He's always
No,
and he's just got that chilled.
he's got that slightly more sort of like sort of gruff sort of voice.
Oh, behave yourself. Stop it. You'll be getting that. Gyro will be getting all. He'll be playing this back to his girlfriend saying, "Hey, look, these guys said I got a gruff voice."
There's actually a thumbnail I did where I replaced his like avatar image in the thumbnail with Corey Taylor.
Oh, brilliant. Yeah, it was funny. There was one time I think I was doing commentary with him, and it was like you said, "Oh, it's like my girlfriend's she'd been out of town or something." I was like, "She probably always goes out of town because you're a nightmare to live with." He was like,
Oh
"She doesn't
wow!
have to go anywhere. She just goes down the road to a hotel for a week just to get away." And she was laughing in the background. I was like, "Oh, she's there." I was like, "Yeah, sorry about that."
Brutal. Oh, okay. I like this double rumor, by the way. And also, there's potentially
Yes.
sneaky
Yeah, let's
stuff
get back
going
to
on
it.
here. Imagine he went into Santander, he's now backtracked into Bordeaux. There's some sneaky stuff that could have happened. Oh, I mean, I like the surprising return, though.
Oh,
That's
fuck
very
off,
nice. Oh, he didn't hide. Oh, he hasn't hidden. Oh my god.
hide now in Cadiz. Hide
No,
now in Lisbon.
no, but this is really bad. Like, if he has renewed vigor, he could get 3-on-1 here. If you've got... Oh, hang on a minute. Godalming would need sense of emergency. But you could combine it with Speedy Telegraph, give him sense of emergency, he lands at Alicante, sense of emergency is into Lisbon. The other two can get in. Obviously, if there's a fog, then that's a different matter.
Okay,
Oh, I
so there's
mean...
nothing yet. He could get a 2-on-1 here, depending on what he's played. Yeah.
Right. If Dracula is able to escape this, either fogging them or just doesn't get into a 2-on-1 here, he hasn't been able to feed. That's the only issue. But we're now with double rumor tokens. That might be enough, you know. Okay, I like that.
But
He's
then,
already preempting the possibility of going up and towards Britannica, so I kind of like that move.
the problem with the rumours is, again, that they're irrelevant if they manage to kill Drac. So, really,
Oh, of course. Yeah.
they're,
Oh, yeah.
they're not like layers, so you're just going to jump, they revealed him, so you've got to jump on it. Now, he has got his bodyguards, so do you do one against him and one against Mina jumping in, or do you wait for both?
Oh, that's a good point. The other problem is then, is this a fog? If it's not a fog, then what happens? Do you now fog Mina? Is there a heroic leap? I kind of... Oh, does Quincy realize how forewarned's been changed? Does Mina have forewarned? If you have fog, you have to ambush here.
Yeah, there's the fog. Does she have it? Nope. Okay, nice. Okay.
If Van Helsing had forewarned, then Quincy misplayed there by moving in with Mina as well. Because now forewarned does not trigger on every hunter, it's just the one who moved in, i.e. Mina in this case.
Mm-hmm.
I mean...
Which I like.
Yeah, it makes it way harder for hunters to use, which obviously I don't like that, but it's way more... It's way more skill-based now, rather than just... Oh, yeah. I'll just move in the first hunter with full ward, and then you can't counter me at all. Like, that's a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's when you get your 2 and 3-on-1s, and it's like, yeah, now you've got to decide who you want it on, when you're going to use it, and it makes it a bit fairer. All right, okay, feed, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I think this is actually really good. Like, I don't think he should have moved in there with Mina, because now you've got a situation where there's potential heroic leap on Van Helsing. He's able to feed for free, which he wasn't able to do before.
Mm-hmm.
He'll be able to go... Let's think about the... Yep, he'll be able to go back to Mediterranean if he so wishes. Yep, the fog is going to reshuffle as well, both spotted snuff. So that's both fogs going to get reshuffled in. He's got now double rumor tokens to deal with.
Grada wolf form as well. That was brazen.
Oh, that's bold. Yeah, Consecrate Ground would have killed him, but fair enough. I think it's one of these games where you have to take risks, otherwise you're not going to win. He had a bit of a bad start to the game, but it's definitely working out now for him. I mean, even if they do...
Again, though, still no influence points at all, so he's still going to have to do... Yeah, he's going to have to do a lot of run around to get... So somebody needs to mature, or at least maybe a death somewhere with great strength when he was kicking around.
Right.
Yeah,
But the thing is, like, the Hunters now having to rush to find a stake, and if they're dealing with stakes, they're not chasing after Dracula. Dracula can go back to Dracula could go to Cagliari, hide. That's 6 points already. Rumor matures. That's a game. He can keep going east. He's quite safe.
He's got his layers. Yeah, he's got Valona, Athens, Varna layers back in the east. Athens with a rumor.
Risky because of concentrated ground, but
I don't know how many night supplies have we seen in the Mystic Research. There's 4 items Hunters had for night. I don't know how many they've been supplying though. I don't know if the chat I've seen.
I don't know actually. I haven't seen. I know Quincy doesn't use chat to count. He has like a on-desk solution. He doesn't have to type in the chat how many night supplies he's done. Actually, I haven't kept track. Maybe he hasn't used any because he's saving them. I mean, with the Mystic Researchers, they very well could find 2 stakes to do with these vampires, but then they're dealing with that and not Dracula. It's now 4th week. Dracula's got a lot of work to do, but it's looking a lot better than it would have.
Yes.
It's possible now.
I agree. Yeah.
He's guaranteed, unless he fouls up massively, to get at least 6 points on the board. Potentially even up to 9 if he then goes Cagliari, Hyde, Tyrrhenian, Wolfram to Bari if he wanted to. Maybe Hyde and Bari instead. I don't know.
So yeah, don't if you haven't. Let's assume he hasn't got a stakes. Don't ambush. All right. Oh well. Okay. Well, he's assuming that he's still not got Heavenly Host.
I probably still wouldn't ambush there. Just make them waste a load of time, bait them into a bad night fight, make the Hunters really panic that this is a night fight situation.
Yeah, I would agree. Yeah, you just let him. Yeah, it's something to do at night instead of whatever. So, because again, now Mystic Research, if there is still cards, they can now do that tonight, as opposed to Godalming searching this.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
But there's 3 health unless the other 2 have got one on them.
Yeah.
So, chat, what would you do in the position? Is Dracula leaving from Lisbon? Are you looking? Well, Sue's making his move for the UK. Do you guys? Are you going to go back to east and do the Cagliari, or would you be more? Are you going to go north and try and confuse them? Send in your answers now. Beep, beep, beep.
I don't like the fact that Sue's moving across already because now Dracula's in South Atlantic, so he's just incentivized to go to Mediterranean. Unless Quincy unless Quincy doesn't realize that Mediterranean is a possibility because of the way the trail works. In the old version, Mediterranean would not be a possibility. Fanging, I like to get a point. He's got a point.
Yeah. Okay. He has got a point.
And that point's very important. Tough spot for Dracula, moving by sea with 3 Despair Tones on the board. I agree, but he's not dead. So, I mean, again, you got to take what you can get sometimes with Dracula. That Lisbon fight could have been the death of him if he got that one wrong. So it looks like that's going to get staked. And the problem is now, I think Granada is now going to get dealt with because I think Van Helsing will move on to Granada. He has to have the heavy host. If it's not Mina, it has to be Van Helsing. So he's not going to get the health back. But it doesn't matter. He can go to Mediterranean, land in Cagliari, hide. He's up to 7. Go to Tyrrhenian, Wolfram to Bari. Would he have enough health to do that? Yes. Feed, Adriatic, Valona, and he wins. Yep, saves Geo a move, absolutely. I know Quincy keeps talking about you have to head off and get to the UK in advance, but the problem is now, as soon as Dracula's seeing this, Dracula's going to go, alright, I'm going to go to Mediterranean then.
Correct. Yeah. Unless that's why Sue does that, because then the other 3 Hunters are already close to the Med anyway. So does he do that to bait him? Then he can land with he's got fast movement. So Mina's covering North Atlantic for a local rumour or evil presence. He's already said, I'm going to show my cards and go to the UK with the view that Drax can go to the Med. Maybe he has got CG and he throws it down.
Yeah.
before he's
Possibly.
got time to, you don't, it's,
Snuff is saying maybe wolf form for Mediterranean instead of going to Cagliari, wolf form to maybe Milan or Genoa, because he can just stay on land. If you think the hunters are going to make a huge gamble and go across to Britannica for free, then yes,
mm.
that would make a lot of sense.
But yeah, I think he shot his load too soon by going out to the English Channel, because you're not. If you'd taken the second ocean, then you'd be like, right, I'll try it now, because in the North Atlantic you're screwed. You've got to go
Yep.
one way or the other.
Yep.
They have used Money Trail, which is an advantage for Drac, so there's no risk of that happening.
That feed was also really crucial, not just for the health back, but also then because it gave him the additional turn in Iberia to allow him to get back into the Mediterranean.
Yeah.
If this feed didn't happen, Dracula would not be able to do this, and he'd be forced only upwards.
Maybe Quincy's misjudged that. Then maybe he read that as great. He can't go to the Med. He can only go south, north. I'll go through it now because I know he's going to come up this way. So he may well have. There's a game I played with Quincy a while back, and it was the same thing. He'd misread the seas. But again, yeah, maybe he thought that's why he's moved Seward. Because I'd be surprised if he moved him without knowing where he is. And even an Evil Presence getting played now, if it doesn't reveal him, then you know he's in the Med anyway.
Right. And I think the thing is, I know Quincy has played a lot of the physical board game where the trail slides first, but I think he might have actually sold his physical copy. I think he said that in a video. He sold his physical copy. And if you've been like me and you and me as well, like we've played so much digital recently, the brain is automatically kind of thinking digital mode in terms of trail slides after the movement, and it's so easy to get caught out. I mean, now I'm getting used to it, but it's taken me, the whole The Immortal Invitational, and then playing during the summer, and then now to try and get into my head, oh no, the trail slides. I know it's something that's very obvious, big change, but it really changes your calculus in terms of how you do certain things. Oh, what? He's not dealing with the desecrated soil. I mean, great for Dracula. This just makes life so much easier for him.
Absolutely. Trying to get the Evil Presence. Nope, not yet. Godalming's perched to dive in to try and get to Cagliari, though, if that is the case. Stuart's landed, so Stuart's pretty much saying, I'm setting up camp in the UK. So I think he may well have misidentified that and think that Drac is now in the North Atlantic. So he's putting Mina, Van Helsing, and Stuart up there.
I would agree with you, apart from the fact he moved Godalming to Alicante. Oh, unless...
Yeah, that's just one...
That's the only thing that makes me think that maybe Quincy is considering the Mediterranean. But then if Dracula wolf forms to Genoa or Milan, you'd rather have Godalming in Saragossa, so he's closer to those locations.
Oh, it must be the last game that Money Trail.
Yeah.
Oh, it was. Yeah, it was Geo Money Trail on Godalming on Drac into. It wasn't this game at all.
Right, it was the previous game, and he didn't need to use Money Trail before because Dracula moved an additional sea space, so it was obvious what sea space he was in. And they used Hypnosis. He did. Right. I think.
Right.
I think maybe because of this now, maybe he just goes straight into Kali. Oh man, imagine if Godalming jumps straight on you though. But you're gonna get 3 health back. He can't heroic leap you.
No, but you're fucked, aren't you? You got no feeds. You have to go back to sea. Imagine throws in CG and then you got to go to land.
Well, yes. Do you take the risk? He doesn't have.
He's on 4 now. Yeah, maybe you do. I mean, you got to get points on the board, do you? Maybe you do now, but then imagine that he does that, hide, gets his points, then he goes to Turanian, and then CG's thrown down, and they block 25, 45, 40.
It doesn't matter. It's only a problem. It's only a problem if he gets heroic leaped in Cagliari. That's the only way that this goes badly for him. He can go to Cagliari, right? Feed hide, so he's up to 7. Turinian, wolf form to Bari, and he's completely safe.
That's making me think though, like the point you made, that because Godalming is in Alicante, that he could get something handed to him and then jump on it.
Oh, Snuff is making a good point. If you're Dracula, put down spies, because then it makes the bodyguards even more effective.
All right enough, yeah. The trouble is heroic would kick in before they would, but yeah.
No. Good point actually. Would heroic leap kick in before them?
Yeah, because you don't enter combat, and they only kick in once a combat before.
I don't know, you know.
At dawn of dusk, before a fight with Dracula, you may choose a hunter on your current location, resolve the above against them. Right. So you play
It's before.
bodyguards before.
Yeah, and then Hurriedleap kicks in because Hurriedleap says instead of resolving combat. I think.
Now, who would kick in first? So Dracula, Dracula would kick in
Oh.
first because no, I
No,
think
no, no,
Heroic
no,
would
no,
kick in
no.
first.
Heroic leap because like escape route, right? Because escape route, you want escape route to trigger before bodyguards. Because as Dracula, you never want a situation where bodyguards triggers
Yeah.
and then the hunter goes, "I'm escaping, bye," and that bodyguard was useless. So yeah, maybe Heroic leap would indeed trigger first.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it would.
Ah. He's moving another sea space. I don't know if I like that. Well, he can get to Bari and feed, but then he has to move another 2 spaces.
I mean, he can get. I mean, he may as well just fuck it, go to Ionian, and then land and start throwing down his layers.
He's taking
Bulk it
even
up on
more.
his layers.
The problem is he's taking even more damage. That's the problem.
Yeah, but yeah, I suppose 3, 6. I don't know if he'd get to the castle before they'd arrive.
He would land in the castle for the final, the final move.
Oh well, what a fitting end.
Yeah, he made it back home.
Imagine that Hulk didn't kick in. It might be great. Like summon storms, you got that right. Thank you.
Yeah,
Pop that there. You
massive.
strand through it in the UK. You block Godalming in the Med. Oh,
yeah, I mean massive. But then they would just supply, and it makes it more likely they find good stuff. I think the fact that Godalming did not excellent weather makes it maybe justifies why you should have. Oh, maybe Mina has excellent weather. Oh, I don't know. Oh, Snuff says, I know that I don't like the sea move. He doesn't like it. Oh, man. I think now you have to wolf form to Bari. But then, you're putting yourself in consecrated ground risk later. Ugh.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, take the extra, go get to Ionian, then at least you can rule form to 50. Oh, no, he's landed anyway. Oh, he's rule formed. Right, okay. So has he? Right, okay. Now, that won't. Will that work? No, it won't. Okay.
What won't work?
I was just trying to work out the times and the math whether he could have pretended he could fake wolf form onto Cagliari, but he's not got enough time.
Nah, he's not gonna have much time for that. Well, what is fake? Hide, feed.
Hide,
you'd have to
feed.
dark call.
dark call, but that would only take off. Yeah, South Atlantic. Yeah, nah, he wouldn't.
No, Mediterranean would be off. Mediterranean would be at the very last space. It slides off and then he moves. So he would be okay.
But then in the meantime, he would have only taken 6. That'd be up to 10. Well, another one now.
He'd only be up to 7 points because he's only taken 3.
7
right?
with a hide, yeah. So
and he'd be up to. He'd be on 7 health without wolf form. Well, hey, I've seen crazy things have happened.
I mean, if he's done Barry, then he's, I guess, go to Barry, hide. He'll get his feedback. If he goes to the Adriatic, he's got the Ionian free.
I guess the way to think about it is Cagliari is very risky because you got potential excellent weather from Mina. But you know, if you go to Bari, there's no excellent weather from Godalming because he can only move 1 sea space. Suid can't do anything. So, worst case scenario, what happens? 1, 2, 1. Hang on. Van Helsing gets to Genoa and then Charlie Carriages. 1, 2. No, he can get to Bari with renewed vigor. Yeah, no renewed vigor. If there's no renewed vigor being drawn, that's very unlucky. But then again, it kind of compensates for the fact that Geo didn't draw it in the other game. So yeah, Dracula can now hide and feed again. This could get to 5th week, mate.
Yeah, get that out of the way. Okay.
Yeah, you had to check it. That was a potential check as well.
Yeah.
Has Dracula picked up a Falk? If he has, he might be able to play. Oh, he's night supplying. These are probably missing researchers though, so this is fine. This is not a risk, unless they've night supplied and we've missed it. thing is, after Bar, he starts to move twice. And once if Mina cuts you off and you throw down, full consecrated ground, push him into Mina, Mina gets one fight with renewed vigor, someone else jumps on you, you could be dead. And because the way
That's
it
what I was
works,
saying. Maybe
Dracula
Ionian would be the better. The Ionian rule form to 50 prevents any CG hitting you. Then you can then potentially you could look at going 55 again, protects you from CG, or you work your way up to the castle and you've got you've got 3 up there that CG can't be used, but you're still getting your location down.
If he's
and
an
then get your
Ionian,
health back and then finish up in Dracula.
but if he's on Ionian now and he wolf runs into Sophia,
There's a CG.
Ooh. That's gonna hurt. Oh, that's gonna hurt. He can't hide.
No, see, yeah, I don't.
That's that's actually a good consecrated ground. That is. I don't think you need to reveal that other one. That's a good consecrated ground. Because it means that he can't get as easy. He's gonna have to take 2 more C moves, and that gives the hunters so much more time to get across and cover without wolf form, by the way.
Well, that's it. That's the problem. When you move from Terranian, your location's unlimited. That's why I was just saying, go the extra ocean, then you could move. And again, even if you try to throw down CG on Salonika and Athens and stopped it, all right, you go to the Black Sea, CG's not being used, but you can still land and try and get what you can out of there.
Yeah.
But
Perform to Bucharest, then get into the castle. I mean, Dracula can win. We've seen Gio do some crazy escapes from the east, but this looks a bit rough now, especially with Rufus. If Rufus wasn't here, I mean, the thing is though, like, is it a vampire? It is a vampire. I mean, if the vampire matures somehow, he can't go 3 sea spaces. He's gonna have to go to Ionian and then land instantly in Salonika. And the hunters know that, so they can get ahead of him. Well, let's think. What about timing? So he goes Adriatic now, Ionian, Salonika, hide, feed.
because if Mina tries to excellent weather to Valona, that's a layer, so she'd get hit by that. You don't know what's on that layer.
Right. Oh, it's bats, by the way. It got revealed.
Oh, did it? Oh, right. Okay.
Because of the Heavenly Host.
All right, cool. Oh, well, even better then. Right, okay, so...
Dracula can actually win here if nobody goes to deal with this... Oh, what?
Got to Rome. Okay.
Oh! Oh! That's a way to do it. You then go to Naples and then hide. But you're going to have to now hope there's no vampire lair. And the hunters do not have renewed vigor to jump on you now.
Yeah, they'll bring it renewed vigor now.
This is risky stuff. I mean, I think actually, if you go on Adriatic Ionian, where's Long Night? Oh, Long Night, that could be big. He could have landed in Salonika and hide and feed, and then move into Mina's position, because Mina's the one who's furthest forward. But that would have been scuppered if Mina then sends of emergencies onto Salonika.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't do him any good now, unfortunately, by leaving Barry, and it's a wolf. He can't misdirect it, so he can't. Nope. Even if he drew Devilish Power and got rid of CG, it's academic because he can't go back that way now. So he's committed himself to. He's committed himself to having a stramash with the hunters.
Right, which is why it's a good consecrated ground, because Valona is now either it blocks off the Adriatic exit, which is good, or it's irrelevant for southern Italy. So it's actually really good to have put it there.
Yeah, I guess if he'd gone Adriatic and then here we go. Here they fucking come.
But the things like they.
So...
Yeah, but I don't know. It's. So I think if he just got onto Cagliari, then he wouldn't have had this issue. But then they could have excellent weathered on top of him.
Yeah.
So we know he's in Rome. If he's able to... Oh, that's a nice bit. Oh, hang on a minute, though. Oh, is he going to play... Let's see how Quincy does this. Does he go for the kill now, or does he go for, like, the big brain... I'm gonna block you in move. Yep, he's gonna play the big brain block you in move. Nice. Nicely done. So he did have excellent weather. Goodness sake.
Yeah.
So Cagliari would have been risky. Yeah, he's gonna block him in. Oh well, hang on. Well, actually, oh no. This is not gonna work. He can hide in Rome. He's up to 10, and then he moves. But
Yeah,
if there's
they
a
just showed
vampire,
that
if there's a vampire lair, he can also feed to delay that as well. He has to hope they do not have vampire lair. Oh.
Jesus Christ.
Whoa. Where are you going? To Bari? Why are you going to Bari? Well, vampires are relevant. I just moved on to Florence with thingy mode.
Come on, you vampire. Kill the bitch. He kills Mina. That'd be brilliant. Imagine that. Get that kill, Mina.
No, but it's not... Yeah, of course. But if he's not over yet, because he can hide in Rome up to 10, and then he moves into a hunter. They need vampire lair. This vampire...
No, but if they've got another renewed vigor, if he hides in Rome, it'll be a 3-on-1.
But not if he fogs the right hunter.
Well, yeah, if he's got... Yeah, well.
I don't know why he's bothering to kill this vampire. I think the vampires are relevant.
Unless he doesn't have... Yeah, unless he's not got the renewed vigor.
Oh, he's also got the bodyguards, by the way. Yeah, Snuff's right. He could hide and win the day combat using bodyguards. He's got double bodyguards, you know. I mean, they're probably all well tooled up.
Yeah.
But if he can get just one hunter really low, he might be able to kill them or get them reload before the combat. There is great strength, though. That's the only problem.
Yeah, oh well, yeah, that's true.
If...
Well, if he can get one of them down to 2 health and then do the...
Well, looking out. Well, Mina's on 5 health now.
Yeah.
If the hunters do not have vampire lair, I think Dracula wins.
Oh, stop teasing me.
He must have drawn... I mean, if he got lucky with the reshuffle and got double fog, he wins. Because they can't full one both.
Oh, that'd be great, yeah, imagine that.
Double fog. You could even feed just for the swag points and then move. There's a risk of vampire lair, so maybe you don't want to do that. But Naples is free. So if you got double fog in Rome, nobody can get past, and it's only Mina, so you might be able to then kill her. Yeah, this is not... It's all actually riding on vampire lair. The one card which is not the best.
Yeah, you're right, actually, yeah. Let me just check, it's not been discarded, has it?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. No, it's not.
Oh, it's not.
just raising the anticipation. Yeah, you're right. Well, yeah, you're right. It could.
So that's really interesting.
It could come down. Yeah.
If he doesn't have vampire lair, he's called like the hunter's bluff here. This is a really risky move going into Rome, by the way. I think he could have won by going to Salonika, but maybe he just wanted to make them like. Maybe tried to make the hunters panic and use resources early, and then it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Oh,
so you saying Drax should feed now or hide now?
Hide. I think you try and put down double fog, then feed. You could also then, let's see. Trinian is here. Feed. Yeah, you could feed in Dark Core, then go to Trinian, and then Cagliari and stuff. So I mean, you can do some other things. So yeah, the only way I think hunters win here is if they have vampire lair, and then Dracula is forced into them, but then I think you just feed in Dark Call.
That's interesting now. No renewed vigor, higher scout, brilliant. That's good.
Yeah, and it's a good way to then you play hide first, because now it means the hide does something rather than being revealed. So yeah, I think hiding first made a lot of sense there.
They've done that. They've not. Yeah, there's no renewed vigor they've played. So tonight, yeah, as you say, if they don't get vampire lair today,
he wins.
And sue them, they don't try and jump on him. Yeah, then he wins. Yeah, because you have to use vampire lair in the day, so they have to have it now.
You do.
You use
Yeah,
it.
you have to play it immediately. Yep. I don't know
I'm
why
on
Mina.
Drac.
I don't know why Mina moved to Bari. Oh,
Oh,
he's pulling the trigger.
yeah.
But if he
Yeah,
has
he
double
has to.
fog, that's GG. If he can hit Seward with a
Even
couple
double
of
vamp.
damaging, if he hits Seward with a couple of damaging encounters and then hits him with both bodyguards.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Fog.
here we go.
Has he got the foot? No.
Well played, Drac. Holy crap.
Well, so unless Van Helsing or Mina have got Vampire Lair, that's GG.
Uh.
Because he's
Oh,
on
right.
10 now, so he can move.
Right. Well then,
You just move anywhere.
wait, no. Then what you do, I guess, if you want to then move into Van Helsing instantly, because then no other hunter can get past Rome because of the fog. You got double bodyguards, you can beat Van Helsing up for at least half his health, and then you move. And if he heroic leaps you, who cares, because you're on 6 health. I can't see a way that Dracula loses this unless...
No, he can't. If they haven't got Vampire Lair, they can't move into areas now. He moves tonight and gets 3 points and wins the game.
No, if
Doesn't
Van
matter.
Helsing if Van Helsing or Mina play Vampire Lair, he won't win with his next move.
Yeah.
But he'll be able to. If Van Helsing uses Vampire Lair, you know he's used a stake. He's delayed at night, so he can't resupply with an event. You can hit him with half his health with bodyguards, or maybe even outright kill him if he has no weapon. And then even if you get heroic leaped, doesn't matter because you're on 6 health, not 5, so you don't die, and then you move the next day.
Mm.
I can't see a situation here where Dracula loses, unless somehow there's a one-on-one combat with Van Helsing without heroic leap, and Van Helsing just whoops his ass, which can easily happen.
Bear in mind, yeah, that lucky find is still kicking about.
Oh, you're right, actually. Yeah.
But then, as you say, if he jumps onto Van Helsing and there is no heroic leap, then his bodyguards will trigger on Van Helsing.
This vampire's actually doing a lot of work here.
Yeah.
If you get 2 more damage onto Seward, you just enter combat with Seward and kill him with the bodyguards.
Yeah, that's a good shout.
Quincy's potentially not realised this. Yeah, Seward dies here.
But they've got great strength.
No, it doesn't matter. The bodyguards do nothing against great strength.
So Garlic doesn't... Yeah, Garlic won't defend against bodyguards. Has he got 2 conventional? If he's got 2 conventional... Oh, well, yeah, he takes 2 damage first. Yeah, that's
yeah,
right.
it's not like... If it was wolves, that'd be a different thing. But bodyguards guarantees 2 damage.
Of course.
Yeah, Seward dies now. He's charged Seward in and is... Yeah, he's won.
Oh, come on, Drac.
Well played. I mean, the heroic leap's also useless because then Seward dies. I mean, is there any way... If Seward dies... No, because if they do Vampire Lair, that's down to 8 influence, and then Dracula gains 5 for killing Seward. Or heroic leap.
There's also 2 stakes that guarded, so the chances, well, we'll find out in the next 2 moves if they've got it.
No.
If it's not, you just move and Drac and you win, that's it.
Dracula's won it. The lack of forewarned has cost him.
Well, I'm very impressed. That was well, it's not over yet, but so far that's been some great Drac play. And really, there's not been any ill play on the Hunter side. Dracula's just managed to play it the right way.
Yeah. The lack of forewarned. I mean, it's really funny then. All that thing we said at the beginning, is this worth it? Yep, here it comes.
Wow. You're right.
Wallet.
Here comes the second. Good night, Quincy. Hang on, what's he got? Forewarned?
Doesn't matter.
Boom.
That's a GG.
Wow.
So that Saboteur at the beginning was actually MVP for getting rid of that forewarned and facilitating all of this. Goodness. Okay,
I thought you were saying that at the end of the game.
I'll hold back on my previous statement about saboteurs.
Yeah, he's just retracting all these comments. Why would you want that? I don't agree with that at all. Yep, that's
Yeah.
for the win.
Yeah, Snuff saying it. Hunters have been regretting forewarning that early Saboteur. Yeah, I don't think it was worth it in the end. Yeah, sure, giving up our hopes
Wow.
is not great, but I think the thing is now because Fog is so much more powerful now because Forewarn cannot cancel it as much. And if you know as Dracula, you can recycle that deck, and he did. He recycled it at the right time where both Fogs are put into discard. Massive. Massive.
That was impressive play. Those are
Oh,
two.
he
Yeah, that
had
was a good.
he had the Vampire Lair. I thought I had
All
another
right.
for Vampire Lair, but I got the timing off. Wow.
Oh. Oh wow. I mean, you play. Yeah, I mean, you played Vampire Lair at AS as soon as you got it just to bring it down.
Yeah.
Did he think? Yeah. Well,
He got the timing off. Maybe he thought that he was. Yeah, I don't know.
that was great. Yeah, those double up bodyguards is brilliant.
Yeah. That's probably the first time I've actually seen them really come into effect, actually.
Oh
Yeah,
god, they just dumped all over Seward.
And I think, I mean, it didn't matter because, well, I guess it would have done because if the Vampire Lair had been triggered, the Fog is trapping Mina, because I think Mina's move to Bari was a huge mistake, because he can't go back there ever. So I think Mina should have gone into Florence.
Yeah.
Move Mina into Florence, because then if Dracula is forced out because of the Vampire Lair, needs 2 more influence to win, he's moving into 2 hunters, not 1. And even if you've got the bodyguards, it's not as devastating then. So yeah, I think Quincy had it in his... he had it. But it's just... final influence source defeating John Seward. Nice. Yeah, I think Quincy had it. But yeah, he should have played the Vampire Lair and should have had then a 2-on-1 in Florence. And I think Dracula would have potentially died, especially if you had a Lucky Find sort of play, if there's a planned ambush kicking about, maybe. You would have got him. I think it would have been a tough fight, we would have got him.
I wonder why I did deal with that Barry. As you say, there was no need for that. So, because they would have won before that matured anyway. So, yeah, who knows?
Wow, we've seen 2 Dracula wins tonight. That's massive. I said it before yesterday. The Hunters were actually in the lead. In the first 30 games, they'd won 16, but now we've had 1, 2, 3, 4. At least 4 Dracula wins on the trot now, so it's 16-18 now. No, it can't be 16-18. There's 1 more game left. So there must be another Drac win thrown in there somewhere. Oh yeah, Andres beat Lanschneck. So we've had 5 Dracula wins on the trot now. So yeah, the Hunters got a little bit of catching up to do. So Dracula's got about 55-56% win rate. It all depends on what happens. We've got Burke Marley against JB Philly tomorrow. I can't remember which side it is. I think Burke Marley's playing as Dracula, if I remember rightly. Yeah. So yeah.
So where does that sit now? For that, you mentioned it before. The last game we watched with Quincy and Gio. Where does that stand now with the Gio victory? Does that benefit you? What are the standings? Is Gio and Quincy going to be?
Yeah, the Gio win benefits me because I got an extra Buckholt score out of that. And I don't think Pizza Wizard or Snuff benefit either way, because they haven't played against Gio and they haven't played against Quincy, I don't think. So yeah, I benefit. I've got 1 medium Buckholts. Maybe it doesn't matter, but, still. In terms of final leaderboard, to show you how close it is, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we have 6 players, all on 6 wins and 6 defeats.
Wow.
It's so close. Wow. So close. Gio is now on 5 wins. Is Gio inside the top 12, though? I don't think he is. I think he's still in 13th, I think. But Gio's got a little bit of daylight between himself and the ones below. And he's only 1 win off the top 12, but still. Yeah, it's insanely close in the middle of that pack. You've got 6 players, all on 6 and 6. That means there's going to be 2, because everyone's split up into groups of 3. So you're going to have two groups where everybody's all on the same number of wins. It's insane. Absolutely insane. Yeah, I mean, we'll see the final league table. With Buckholz and things, I'm not quite sure how it's all going to work out, but it's ridiculously close. I'm kind of glad I'm not stuck in that middle portion, because that'd be really hectic.
God, yeah.
I've got to play. I've got to play.
Exciting, though.
It is very exciting. I mean, I've got to play Snuff and Pizza Wizard, and that's hard enough. So it's not going to be easy for me. But yeah, it's who needs the jeopardy of like early elimination from a group where we've got all this excitement, where pretty much every single person has no guaranteed positions.
That's great, though. Yeah, that's brilliant. Everyone's got a vested interest. Everyone's going to be entering the games with that higher level of anxiety that, okay, I don't have a cushion as such, and everyone's result is going to have a bearing on somebody else. That's a great position for a spectator.
Yeah, absolutely. And is then people like you, for example, who are not competing in the tournament, but also someone like me, like I've got my own matches with own Jeopardy, but then I can watch any single game from the fourth phase, and I know there'll be a lot riding on it. So it's yeah, it's really exciting. I'm really glad it's working out. Just a shame we've had a couple of, we had a drop out and unfortunately a player going unresponsive. But apart from that, the tournament has functioned how I kind of envisaged that it would. But it's going really well, so I'm really glad with it all. So yeah, we'll publish the final table probably tomorrow. Once the final game between Bert Marley and JB Philly's been played. But I think groups will probably be able to start being organised fairly soon. So that's very exciting.
Well, that was excellent. I'm glad I stayed and watched that second one. That was some impressive draft play by Gio.
It was.
So and I think, to be fair, over the two, it probably deserved to be a 1-1 because both played their stronger factions well, I would say.
Yep.
Obviously Dracula won with Quincy, but I think that was down to as much as Gio getting a bit confused with the Hunter play. If he'd played more efficiently, it would have given Dracula that flexibility. And Drac just played very calmly at the end there. That fog was just, to get that fog, obviously, was fantastic. So,
yeah, absolutely.
Happy days.
It'd be interesting to know from Gio's perspective how soon he'd drawn that fog. So did he go into Bari knowing the fog was there as a backup?
Yeah.
But I think...
it'd be interesting. You'd like to think that he made that move knowing that's what would happen, that even if CG was played, it wasn't going to be the last thing that was going to happen to him.
Right. I think also then the forewarned use early was a big change, and knowing that thing was gone. I know there's another forewarned kicking about, but still you have to get onto the right person. I think if Quincy's saying that he had Vampire Lair, I think he could have. I think Quincy maybe just lost focus that last little portion. I mean, I understand why you'd go in with Seward, because you want to try to maybe see if you can get a 3-on-1, but then there's double bodyguards sitting there, so you had a huge risk of dying with Seward. I think you just try to force Dracula to go into the Hunters. And you could have moved into Florence, but I mean, it was good Dracula play. He baited him into that situation, right? So,
and it'd be interesting even Quincy whether he genuinely forgot about the bodyguards and jumped in, because like I say at the beginning of the game, most people forget about checking up the top what the allies and all the rest of them, because Drac doesn't normally get them, and because both matured very early on,
they did.
There was a lot of gameplay happened after that, and I wonder if he jumped in and then oh shit, and that's it. So because like you say, would you jump in knowing that you've got the two bodyguards to face after the fight with it? I don't think you would. Plus you've just expended health on sense of emergency. That'd be.
And he took a lot of, I think, I need to watch the combat back, but I think he took quite a lot of unnecessary damage from the new vampire. I don't think he played that fight.
Yeah, I think he was down to 6 or 5, wasn't he? So he took enough to be off damage, and then not that mad, but Mina was also down to 5. So even with her trying to jump in would have been weakened as well. So
right.
No, good, excellent. Well, look, that was a fantastic
game.
Very good game to watch. I shall let you go. Thank you, chat. I hope you've enjoyed all our chat and a couple of good games. Congratulations to your fellow garlic farmer.
Got the win.
Snuff, if you're still in, go and do the damage again, mate. Keep. What was her name? Transatlantic.
Transylvania.
Oh fuck! Was that? Yeah. So wherever we were.
Yeah.
What was it?
Transatlantic.
Transylvanians.
Yeah. How can you not remember your own name?
Because I can't remember what's for breakfast. Far less anything else that happened a while back. I'm a very old man. So yeah, Snuff, hope you do well. I'll try and catch some of your games as well. And I'm actually off this week on holiday, so if you want any other Cocos or something, just give me a shout.
Sounds good. We'll have to see what happens. I'll probably have some games. I might be having to play against Snuff this week, so I'm sure you'll see all about that. Then your legions are going to be torn.
No, we Snuff all the way. Well, it depends who's playing Dracula.
What? Outrageous.
Listen, you've still not paid any of my invoices, so why do you think I would show any loyalty to you? Right, listen, anyway, mate, it's always a pleasure. Thank you, chat, and I will catch up with you soon. I'm going to shoot off. Catch you all.
Right, take care, Roscoe. Yeah, thank you to Roscoe for joining. Always good fun. And yeah, thank you, Gyro. You're most welcome. I'm going to go to bed, rightly so. And thank you, Snuff, for joining. And who else was here? I think that was it. But if there's anybody who's watching this back afterwards, thank you very much. You're all legends. And yeah, the table will be announced soon. And then we'll be in the fourth phase, and that's when it's the business end, right? And where the games, even though every result is technically as important as the others, right? It becomes even more important because you're seeing where you are on the table and what you have to do to qualify. So every place is up for grabs because the knockout seeding is done based upon your league position. So the higher you finish, the better it is for you. So anyway, I'll shoot off for now, folks. But thank you very much for watching. And I'll see you all in another live stream, or video, or discussion, or commentary, or whatever, from the League of Dracula. Take care, everybody. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.